who it is. Hey, today's video, man, we gonna be discussing life of a CCA and really the life of when I was a CCA. I was a CCA. I started a CCA in 2018, and I stayed a CCA for 2018 to like 2000. I want to say 21. I made PTF, and PTF is really to me is like another CCA. You just kind of career status, but that's a video I'm gonna make for another time talking about PTFs. But on the CCA note, man, like I worked a lot, but at the end of the day, I was here for this because I was told you can make so much money, this and that. You know, you hear this and hear that, and the only thing they don't tell you, you really don't have no life. So that was like the biggest thing. And at the time, I ain't had no kids, but you know, I knew I wanted to make more money, and I wanted like a real job. I wanted a career job. And at the time, the post office, it was just the next thing for me. And when I applied and I got the job, man, I ain't never looked back. I've been here since 2018. It's 2024, and I'm still with the post office. So hey, that goes to show you, man, if I could do it, you can do it too. There's nothing to it. But I'm just letting you know, if you're gonna be a new CCA, it's pretty rough. So don't be surprised if you don't have the days, or you don't really just had the days off, because you gonna work a lot. Like I said, at the end of the day, you the bottom of the barrel, man. In my CCA experience, I can honestly say like it was rough, but at the end of the day, I made the best of it though. Because I really got the hang of like delivering mail. Like once you find out your method on delivering mail and whatever you do, packages, it don't matter. Once you find out your method, that's what's going to work for you. And at the end of the day, I tell people all the time who was coming in behind me, man, don't think about the job as being hard and demanding this and that. At the end of the day, man, we get paid decent amount of money to deliver mail and packages with no degree. Like, you got to think about that. Like, some people who work for the post office, they make more than people who got degrees. I'm not saying it's going to make you rich, but you will get a decent living from it. And as a CCA, it's sad, but that's where you got to start off from. You got to start off from the bottom. But once you work from the bottom and you get to go to the top, man, the sky's the limit. And that's how you got to really kind of look at it, man. But honestly, like my life of being a CCA, it was rough, but at the end of the day, I made the best of it. I did what I had to do. I knew eventually to the point I was going to have a family or whatever the case is. So, hey, well, me and my woman, we was all together. We just didn't have no kids at the time, but still yet, I knew I wanted to make a career move, and I needed a real job. And no offense to nobody out there, whatever job that you have, but how I looked at it in my eyes, from the stories that I heard, I was like, the post office can get me to the point where I want to be at in life. So, hey man, opportunity presented itself, and I took off running with it, and I ain't never looked back. Like I said, I've been here since 2018. It's 2024. Hey, that goes to show you, if I can do it, you can do it too. But I'm just here to let you know, the life of a CCA, man, is pretty rough. It's rugged, but hey, if you stick through, and I know that you can, I guarantee you'll look at it in the long run and be like, I'm kind of glad I stuck with it. But hey, man, and also I had the opportunity of having 3 names. Like I said, I'm gonna discuss the other 2 in different videos, but I had the opportunity of having 3 names. I was a CCA, I was a PTF, and now I'm a regular. I'm not an unassigned regular, I'm an actual regular. But yeah, man, I just wanted to let y'all know and give y'all an experience of what I went through as being a new CCA with the post office. I got work crazy, a lot of hours, no days off. I can actually remember one time when I first started, like they worked me like 11 days straight, 11 days straight with not one day off. That 12th day was when I had a day off, because they got a rule, and I don't know how true it is, but they say they can work you as many days that they want to, but they can't work you no more than, I want to say, between 56 to 60 hours in one pay period. Our pay period is from Saturday to Friday. And in that whole pay period, I never worked those 60 hours or 56. I wasn't working 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day. So they found a way to keep working me all those days. And like I say, my body was tired. And then I was driving honestly, like 2.5 hours a day. And I know some people gonna be like 2.5 hours. Like I say, 2.5 hours. It took me an hour and 15 minutes to get there, and the time to get out 2.5 hours. And I can honestly say, man, like the office that I worked at was probably the toughest office. And also working at the office and having to, the office I worked at, they had like so many zones under one building. We had 4 zones under one building. So we had damn near about 100 carriers under one building. And you could be signed to this zone, but if they need you in another zone, they can pull you, because at the end of the day, you a CCA. And that's another thing, man. You could get pulled depending on the office that you at and the district, how it's set up. They can pull you from one office to another. And where I was at, man, it was 4 zones under one building, and there was another 4 outside of that post office. So like if I'm basically in the office I assigned to, and if they don't need me in that office, but they need me at another office that falls under that same cluster, I can get pulled to that office. And I can honestly say, in the 1 year that I stayed in that office before I transferred, I never got pulled to another office. I worked in another office voluntarily, but I never got pulled though. So that was a blessing, because if I'm already driving an hour and 15 to this office, and the other office is way out the way, man, I could imagine how it would have been. But just imagine driving that far and doing routes where you don't know what you're gonna be like getting into that day. Like you got like walking routes, in and out routes, riding routes, and you already tired because the drive. You got to get up every morning and take this long hour and 15-minute drive. Then you got to work on top of that about 10 plus hours, then drive home, and you do that for so many days straight. Like I say, they don't got to give you that day off if you didn't reach that number, that 56 to 60 hours a week. They ain't got to give you that day off. So like I say, that was like tiring on my body. But at the end of the day, man, I made it do what it do. I kept my mental strong, man, and I just thought about what I wanted in the long run. And what I wanted in the long run was money. I wanted a job, a career type job where I could make a career out of, and possibly retire from it. But hey, that was my experience as a CCA. I would love to know your experience as a CCA, or if you think about working for the post office. Hey, y'all leave it in the comments and let me know. Subscribe to this channel. Until next time, man, y'all be blessed out there and y'all stay safe.